Gen Z is fed up of bad employers. Basically, this woman was talking on what seems like a podcast, and she asks her employee to come into work at 8 a.m. And the guy says that, hey, I actually have a workout class at 8 a.m. and the work hours were 9 to 5. So, you know, I ain't coming into work at 8 a.m. because I gotta lift and get those gains, right? And then she responds with this video, but hold your horses, there's a massive freaking twist at the end, so, well, we'll get to it. We got this viral tweet: the Gen Z labor force is truly a new breed.
When asked to come in for an 8 a.m. meeting, my Gen Z new hire said, ugh, sorry, I can't make it, I have a workout class. Should this be allowed?
My visceral reaction was, are you fucking kidding me?
No, fully, like, angered, typing this out. I was like, please.
Like, my hand's shaking and it's not from the caffeine.
You just started this job. I don't give a flying shit about your workout class. Also, an 8 a.m. workout class is too late. Work out at 6, maybe 7.
That's right. You got to work out at 6 a.m., all right? If you don't work out at 6 a.m., what are you doing, okay? David Goggins is going to come into your house and be like, stay hard. Now we got the guy's response, the employee's response here.
Yeah, Natalie. So we can talk about this more later, but I'm going to address this now. It was made very clear during the interview process that the working hours for this position is between 9 to 5 p.m. Eastern time, and I am on Eastern time. I made that very clear with HR because I have commitments outside of work. I go to the gym, I work out because I care about my health. Sure, I can make a sacrifice to go to an 8 a.m. meeting had I known at least a week before that I needed to go at 8 a.m., not a day before. Also, my workout class starts at 7:30, not at 8, but I didn't know that I needed to tell you that. Okay, let's just say I skipped the gym. 2 things. When can I expect you to reimburse me for my class? And 2, are you going to be paying me from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. or at the very least, let me leave at 4 p.m.? Natalie, if your answer to both of those are no, then there's no discussion needed. I will see you at 9 o'clock today. Also, I sent an email to HR about this and sent them the link to that TikTok video. So, just to make things clear.
Oh, wow. Okay. Savage response over there. All right. Lots to talk about. So, number one, the working hours were actually 9 to 5. So, I feel like it's completely reasonable to not want to go in at 8 a.m. Number two, she told him about it a day before, apparently. That's not cool. You need to have extra time, you know, let the guy prepare to skip his freaking workout class. Maybe get an extra gym session in earlier, okay? Number three, extra pay for the hours worked. Fair enough. Fair enough. You work an extra hour, you get paid an extra hour. And number four, you send an email to HR. Fair enough. If your boss is like bad mouthing you on a TikTok podcast, I guess you can contact HR. Okay, so here's what the comments are saying. I'm Gen X and I'm absolutely with Gen Z on this. Unless you get a profit share from the business or get paid overtime, absolutely do not work long hours, and especially not at a short notice. Use that time to pursue your own personal wellness or a side gig, okay? We boomers had unions. Everything was spelled out. This guy had a 9 to 5 agreement. What he's doing at 8 a.m. is none of her business. It's obnoxious that she would schedule a meeting outside of their agreed upon work hours and have the slightest expectation that he would attend. This is not an issue of his demographic, nothing to do with his generation. And for those of you saying he will never do well, he has balls and knows his priorities. You lemming asskisses will be working for him one day. Okay, basically, there were a bunch of responses of people saying that, you know, despite the fact that it's not like laid out in the contract or whatever to do 9 to 5, if you don't go above and beyond, you're never going to get anywhere in life, right? That was the sort of reasoning they were going for, but that's only if the other side wants your goodwill as well. You know, if it's a soul-sucking corporation and if it's a boss that's bad-mouthing you, why would you ever go above and beyond when you know you're not going to get paid for it, you're never going to get compensated for it? There's no reason to do it when I don't know, you're being treated like this. Okay, we got Max Lynch saying, based 8 a.m. meetings are theater put on by people who like meetings more than they like building stuff. I, for one, know that most meetings are completely garbage. In my, like, 5 years of college or whatever, Jesus Christ, every single meeting could have just been a call, a text message, or like I don't know, an email or something. Dude, meetings are such a freaking waste of time. I've sat in meetings where there's like 5 separate people and all 5 of them are just silent for an hour straight because everybody's too afraid to speak. It's absolutely badonkers crazy, okay? I don't know why people have meetings all the time. Pre-Gen Z generations, when Gen Z isn't super keen on pouring their life out into a job they aren't valued in. So pretty much everybody seems to be on the guy's side here. Now, a massive twist coming in here. What if I told you this woman is not even his boss and the guy isn't even the employee? In fact, there's a lot more going on over here.
Hi everyone, I'm the person in that video. First things first, we made the decision to take down the video so it's no longer there. We got a lot of heat, and rightfully so. It was getting vicious in the comments. We decided to take it down. To be clear, we fully deserve this heat. I do feel like with many things on the internet, A little context helps. And I think what we didn't do is provide that context, and that is on us. First of all, I want to clarify. I went straight into reading a listener story that was submitted, and it sounded like I was just talking about my own Gen Z employee that I was disgusted with.
Okay, so she was reading a viewer email over here. Hi, Demoted Pod. I need a rant. I have a Gen Z new hire. When asked to come in for a meeting, my Gen Z said, blah, blah, blah. So here's the full thing that she was reading out, okay? This was not her actually doing this situation. Now, it goes actually one step further, okay? Because if she was reading out, then surely, then what about the guy who responded? This doesn't add up. Well, turns out the guy who responded was doing a skit. It was a TikTok skit, except he didn't tell anybody that this woman wasn't actually his employer, right? So people were just bashing this woman completely. Now, even after learning that this was all a skit by the guy, people are still bashing her because she still responded in the same way, right? She responded to a hypothetical. This is like an am I the a-hole where you're on the wrong side over here. Now, she herself isn't part of the situation, but she did say all of that stuff.
This has nothing to do with me, my company, anyone who works for me. This is a listener submitted story from someone who works in consulting. This is the email with the additional context we were given. This is one meeting that happens quarterly that they can include all of their international team members on. It's just something that's part of the team ethos, and I guess it's communicated to all new hires before they sign. And it is to include those team members in Europe and India, and it's obviously hard to find a time that works for everyone. Just to be clear, if you're not getting paid to work before 9 a.m., you do not have to work before 9 a.m. Do not condone that in the slightest. This is for a salaried employee once a quarter. Do not know what their salary is, but I looked up consulting salaries and it's somewhere within the range of 100 to 120 base. So it's not an hourly employee. If you are hourly or you work a job that the hours are strictly 9 to 5, please do not work outside those hours. You're not
okay. So over here, she seems to go completely against her initial opinion over there, right? She's like, oh, this was a specific case. I'm not talking about a person getting paid lesser than this. I'm not talking about a person who's working 9 to 5. This is contracted hours or something like that. But a lot of the TikTok comments are basically just not buying it. They're like, oh, you got all this backlash. That's why you're saying this. That's why you're responding like this. It's giving corporate Aaron. He slayed you. We got this grandma TikToker here. Corporate Natalie acting very non-ironically corporate now. I'm confused as to why salary employees are expected to work for free outside of the contracted hours. I think the point she was making is that because they're salaried, maybe I don't know what the hell the point was making. Maybe I think she meant to say that they were working there for a very long time, therefore like 1 hour here and there doesn't make a difference or something. But I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. I don't know what the hell she was cooking there. Okay, if anybody can explain, let me know. But basically, you can see TikTok's not buying this, bro. The switch up is crazy. It's the patronizing tone for me. Post the whole email. So basically, now people are accusing her of, you know, making up that email because she blocked out the sender's address and everything, right? So did she cook up an email and send it to herself to get the heat off of her on this TikTok? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But in the initial TikTok podcasting, it did seem like she was reading an email. Okay, I will say. Cropped out the time and date stamp. Bro, just say, I'm sorry, no timestamp. We got investigators over here. Oh my God, dude. Okay, so here we got the guy responding who pretended to be the employee over here, right?
Okay, so the past 24 hours have been crazy, and I just want to clear some things up. That video that I made was my genuine reaction to the situation in the form of a skit. I should have made that clear, and I'm sorry.
So I will say, like, it's not just the woman in the wrong here. Like, this dude, bro, you just sicked on an astronomical, like, the amount of views that video got. I don't know if, I think that got over 10 million views or something. Like, the amount of people you sicked on this person for a wrong thing. Like, yeah, she still did have that opinion or whatever, but like, you know, the reason people were attacking her were completely different from the reason they're attacking her now, right? So that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Definitely gotta say it's a skit.
What I said is true and is what I would say if I were in that situation, which I have in the past, and back then I did not stand up for myself. Employers need to understand that we all have commitments outside of work. We have a life outside of work. When I'm at work, I'm going to do my job. Outside of work, I will focus on myself, my hobbies, my goals, and one of those is my health. I made that video to empower people to speak up for themselves and set boundaries at work, especially if it's for your health. I know people who skip meals, lunches, and sit for 8 hours straight, starving and overworked. And
Okay. I will say that this part of the message is pretty good. Honestly, you should stand up for yourself. Obviously, don't work for somebody you're not happy working for, unless you can't find any other job that would be, I don't know, maybe whatever.
basically sacrificing their own well-being for their job. And it should not be like that 90% of the time. Employers should never feel entitled to their employees' time outside of regular working hours. And those that do, no one's ever gonna want to work for you.
You deadass got corporate Natalie cancel them out. Skit, that's wild. I was ready to go to a war for you. Wait, people didn't know it was a skit? No, people were this is literally social media, bro. TikTok. You think people are gonna do 3 seconds of research? Impossible. Absolutely impossible. He must have been an actor in his past life because damn, what a brilliant way to get a message across. I mean, I guess it was sort of smart, but I don't know. I sort of feel bad for the woman, but also not. I don't know. I don't know what her actual opinion was anyways. Anyways, sorry for disappearing for 69 years. God, there's so much happened. Hacking of the channel. My PC blew up, whatever. All right, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.